What up, YouTube? I'm here with pretty much like the last update I'm going to have with this. I'm pretty much at the end of the road with the upgrades for this. Besides manufacturing cases and all that on my own, I got my rims on there. I got a couple updates that I'm about to get into that I feel make this car pretty much complete. I upgraded the main gearing for the drive and for the drive shaft, and I also found a different front gear for the differential, not the differential, but to run the differential, a drive gear. That's what term I was looking for. Yeah, so let's get into it. Like I said, first off, I got everything straight, everything looking good. Got them rims looking good. I also I stiffened the shocks, but I had some old X-Mod springs, and I just stuck them in there. They fit over the shaft, and they give it, you know, extra rigidity, but also maintaining a good little bounce, good little, you know, nice and solid bounce. It doesn't really bottom out when I drop it either, and it's like, I mean, super low. But yeah, let me take this thing apart and show you what I did. Alright, first things first, I changed out the gears, found a couple that'll work. I just took the plastic gears over to the hobby shop, matched them up for size. Didn't care about what pitch they were. I matched them up. They're both 64 pitch. I mean, they went on there like it was meant to be. I recommend doing it. It'll save on if you burn out your plastic gears and how much you drive the car. I didn't know if the drive shaft is big enough. It isn't. I had to shim it. They sell shims that I got. I can't see it. Kinda. I can't see it. Shit. Oh, right there. All right. You see the smaller gear right in there. Focus. Right there. See that silver? That's got a silver lining. They make a shim for it. Just happened to be one at the shop. There wasn't any more, so I didn't grab any more. I'm gonna look into getting different ratios for the gears. So as of right now, I have a all metal drivetrain in the car, which, I mean, you can't do anything else, you know. That to me is the ultimate upgrade for this car, is an all metal drivetrain. Other than that, there's nothing really, unless I find some aluminum rims that'll fit. There's nothing really else that I can or want to do to the car. Oh, that's a lie. I have there's a set of shocks that I've seen online that I want to try. Um, I'll probably pick them up next week or so. Yeah, it's just not. I mean, like I said, the power on this is good enough for what it is. It does the job. Um, and the motors, these motors are inexpensive if one goes. I mean, I have spares already, because I had another car. But yeah, I just don't see no need to go brushless. Maybe I will for another project to do, like, but other than this car is done. I will be looking into a new body. The body I have is okay. It's my little drift missile body. It's all beat up, and I tried changing the body, making it look like it had super wide flares, and ended up melting it. I added a bunch of different things for this. Was I cut the roof scoop, and I put a air dam in there to try to blow air toward the motor, try to cool it down, because it's really too small to put a fan. I'm gonna look into a fan, but I really think the car itself is kind of too small for like a fan. That's the only other thing that you get with brushless. It runs a little cooler, especially a smaller one like this, and not doing as much. It runs a little cooler than these engines. These engines heat up pretty quick. But I changed the gear ratio, and that helped. That helped with the heating of the engine, and changing to the metal differentials. I get a smoother. Well, this front one's new. It's kind of need to be worked in a little bit. Yeah, it gives me a smoother drive. So I think that helps with the cooling or keeping the engine from heating up. But yeah, I found a place online that has the, I want to say, the A989, the Ken Block drift body. It looks like this, except for it's painted like the K989, the smaller, the 1/28 scale. I'm gonna look into getting that just because I like that body a little more. This is just generic, and I don't know, other than painting it. I think it would be really cool to have the Ken Block body for this car. So they make the Ken Block in this size for the 2-wheel drive, like, store version. So like I said, I found a website that has the body for that car for sale, so I might look into getting that. But all right, let's get back at it. I'm going to show you one more piece that I redid, and hopefully, like I said, I found something that'll work. It kind of works. It's a little smaller. I'll show you. Let me see. Real quick. Grab this and grab this. All right, so here we have, oh, there we go. Here we have the plastic gear that comes standard in each vehicle. And here we have, oh, I was trying not to drop that. And here we have the 8-tooth gear I found online. Only problem is, one, it's a little smaller, just a little bit, but these gears work better once they wear in a bit, so thinking that it's going to be all right. And the other thing that I ran into was the size difference. It's almost twice as long, which is a big problem, because let's see if I can find the one that I worked on. Nope. Yep, here it is. And this is the other drive gear that comes with the differentials. The only problem with this one is the type of metal it is. It's probably like a die cast or something, some kind of pot metal like that. It's one, it's not really that strong. It works pretty good, but I already worked one to where it's no longer usable. But the gear I have in the back has lasted really good and hasn't worn the back differential much. I had to turn, I turned this down to fit the bearing on it, and when I put it on the drive shaft, when I put it on the drive shaft, it sits too far away and only touches the front differential very slightly, and I can only solder it. I can only solder it in just a little bit, like the very tip of the drive shaft is where I put that in. Yeah, like I said, this gear is nice, but I can't solder it. I've permatexed it, and I epoxied it on there, and it worked good until I rounded the gear from driving too much. I guess driving too hard on it. So those gears are not the greatest, but they'll get you by. And the only other problem with them is you got to buy the whole differential kit to get two of them. So that sucks. They don't sell them on the side, nothing. So it's all good. I figured it out. So be right back and show you what I got. All right, we're back. Now, what I did was I found, or what I did was I made a counter gear or counter steer gear by making a 11, I think it's 11 or 12 tooth gear there, and shortening this. But I talked about that, I think, in another video. Not sure. But the other thing I did was this front gear. Let me show you what I did. Alright. Alright, let's see, where are we at on the camera? Oh, there we go. So as you can see, I just took a piece of brass tubing that fit the bearing, and I soldered it to the shaft. Well, I soldered the gear to the shaft, and then I slipped this over the gear and then soldered it all together. I had to clean out the gear splines, but I mean, it works. Not bad for a handmade jobby, basically. And if you can see, basically is the same size now. Mine's a little longer, but whatever. So fits the bearing. Here's how I had to modify the drive shaft a bit, but I mean, it's on there, and it makes it go zoom. So, all right, well, let me get this all back together and show you what it looks like. All right, got her all put back together. And come back with a little bit of a test drifter video. This is just a test and tune floor, make sure everything works good, you know. I don't really like drifting here, it's too small of an area, and I like to drift outside, but I guess I wore out that battery. But there it is. Test and tune. Alright, well, to end this video, I really like the car. I always liked the car. Even before I started upgrading it. I like the fact that I've been able to upgrade it basically by my hand, That was everything I have for it is pretty much one-off, except for like ideas from somebody. But yeah, my next project is this all metal drivetrain. This I'm not going to go as extensive. I'll do all the plastic gears, all the plastic gears from these to the diffs to I'll do them all. This again, it's for my kid. She likes driving around with me, and she likes working on them too. So I did a couple of upgrades to hers, because she's a little rougher than I am. So I gave her a little battery guard. I upgraded, the diffs and everything. Made a little toe strap, put a toe ball on it. Just little stuff. There again, can't do much to it. If the shocks that I have coming for my car work out, I'll probably order a set for this. Super loose, like this side, like super loose, because I tried to upgrade it a little bit by shaving some of this is mine off of my car, but I shaved some of this so I can get a little more clearance. But this I don't know, this setup just isn't working. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it for now because there's nothing else I can do as of right this second. Yeah, I'm really lost right now. I mean, I could make it the same way I made mine. I have a setup pretty much on this one that I can probably transfer over to that one. We'll see how it goes. Maybe. If I do, I'm gonna change the position of the servo and just turn it and put it on this side, because I got the battery and everything on this side. I don't know. She wants to do all kinds of upgrades to it, kind of like mine, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's another project, but I wish we can extend the suspension and all that a bit, make it sit a little taller. But for what it is, it's fun. But that's it. I don't have nothing else really. My update was for this car, and I'm pretty much done with that car. If you want to see me do anything else to it, let me know. Or if you want to know anything specific I done to it, comment below. But yeah, I'll be back with something different next time. Probably just a different car here instead of a different car. But we'll see. Thanks for watching.